Morning everyone, Frank from Terra Home Inspections. I got another good video for you today. Today I'm at a 1980s ranch house, Central Florida. I'm going to do a quick little walk around, point some issues out to you guys. Maybe you'll learn something. This isn't part of my home inspection. I'm just going to do a quick walk around, and then obviously when I stop recording I'll do my actual home inspection and take pictures. But I'm going to give you some quick observations as I walk around. So for starters, that tree really needs to go, or the limb's taken down. That limb right there is one hurricane away from breaking off and landing on this house. And you can see the tree roots over there are pushing against the foundation. Those tree roots are going right towards the septic tanks, which are right there, a septic field. These tree roots are pushing up. Look at the pavers. These tree roots are pushing up that whole paver walkway. You got a couple of branches of these tree roots are pushing right against the foundation. I mean, a tree's nice for the shade, but there's way too many limbs hanging over this house. Look at the limbs. Look at the limbs on the roof. Nice wooded lot next to her. Wow, big limbs hanging out in the house. So the roof looks pretty good. It's supposed to be from 2023. There was a permit. These trees definitely need to go. You shouldn't have any vegetation touching the side of this house. You could have carpenter ants running right up that side, right up. This is not good. Could have carpenter ants running right up this vegetation and right up into the soffits and right up into the attic. Same thing with termites. Should not have any vegetation touching the side of your house in Florida. These trees really need to go, or at least trim back so they're at least 6 to 8 inches away from touching the house. So this house was owned for a long time, which usually isn't good. People think, oh, the house was owned for 30 years. The guy must have took care of it. No, it's not. It's not the way it works. They may have, taken care of it for 10 years, and then 20 years it just fell into disrepair, and then they're moving on, which is sometimes the case. And what do we got here? Cable wire. Looks like cable wire. Yeah, that's definitely a no-no. You have carpenter ants literally running right up there and right into the soffit. Nice wooded backyard. Alright, looks like we got some skylights on the roof. We got a nice shed. Should have put my boots on. Too late now. It's a little lanai porch. I wonder what's going on behind this wall. I don't know. It's like some of the pavers are settling here. Alright, there's the heat pump, which looks a little on the older side. Oh, look at this. You think that's clogged? Yeah, it's definitely clogged. It's definitely a good idea to put vinegar in there, cleaning vinegar, every 6 months or so. But in the air handler portion, I'll show you that in a second. Looks like we got copper water supply line. That looks original. And there's another lizard in the heat pump. There's always a dead lizard in the heat pump. I don't get it. I don't know why they like the heat pump. Alright, looks like this was manufactured around 2016. So that's about 9 years old. There's the dryer vent, which has no grate on it. There's probably all kinds of critters living in there, I guarantee you. Probably got a nice family of lizards living in there. They're probably in the house by now. Got a little storage shed. It's Mr. Lizard. What are you doing, Mr. Lizard? I see you over there. Alright, we got a storage shed that's locked. Electric meter. So there's no disconnect out here. Disconnect is inside. Over there's the well head. And I can probably guarantee you the well equipment is in there. I don't know, maybe not. Looks like it goes into the house. There's the wellhead over there. It's a submersible pump that's in that casing right there. The well is right there. Might have another one right here too. That might be the original wellhead, and they put another one here. Alright, so overall, not too bad. The outside stucco looks like it's pretty good. Roof looks pretty good so far. What do you think? Would you buy this house? Nice lot. Nice quiet street. Alright, so I don't see any major cracks or issues with the stucco. It's got block walls, which is good. Now we're back to the trees. So that is about it for the walking tour. This should be a GFCI receptacle. I could probably guarantee it's not. Should have a weatherproof cover on it. Got soffit vents right there. So overall, not too bad. This little planter box isn't really a good arrangement because you're trapping the water and all that moisture against that stucco. And you probably got termites and everything else in there, so you really should not have this, you know, above the wall structure inside. The termites will definitely find their way into that house. One thing about Florida. Alright, so we're back to the front of the house. So overall, not too bad. I'm going to take a look at the... gonna get my ladder out. And... who wants to go up on the roof? Alright, let's go up on the roof. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Alright, so who's ready for the roof? Let's go up on the roof. One thing you gotta love about Florida, all the homes, or most of the homes, are one story. And are caked to, most of them are caked to walk on and inspect. Alright, so as you could see before, look at all the trees covering this this house. All these limbs should be cut back. There should really be nothing overhanging this house. And especially those limbs right there. Ants love to go up on trees, go down branches, and get into your house. They could go right into that ridge vent. Alright, so what I'm basically looking for on the roof inspection is any soft spots, any loose shingles, making sure the ridge vent is good. Here we got branches over, dead branches hanging on the roof, leaves, and eventually right, that area right there is going to get a ton of moss. I can guarantee you that. And it looks like it's already starting already. See the green? This roof is only 2 years old. If I come back here in like 5 years, you would have moss growing on here, and it would look like a green sponge, which isn't good. Look at this tree limb. Alright, so all these tree limbs need to be taken off the roof. All this vegetative waste needs to be cleaned. Oh, look at that tree. Look at this tree. So you basically got all the weight of those limbs on that little tiny section that's still together. And it looks like it's cracking already. So once that lets go, that's probably going to let go. And it's going to fall right in this house. So it looks like the roofers did a good job. The one thing, there's nails right there at the end of the ridge cap shingles. They put sealant on top of the nail heads, which is good. So you kind of know this was done by a professional roofer who knew what they were doing when you see something like that. And then we got these little bubble skylights. Oh, what's this? We got like we got a metal roof, which I'm not going to walk on. Nice little transition flashing from the asphalt shingles onto the metal roof, which is good. See it? Water drips down here, goes down to onto the flashing, and goes onto the metal roof. So roofers definitely did a good job on this roof. They definitely did it right, and they actually got a permit too. All right, then we got a little screen on top of there, which I don't know why they got the screen on. It's not usually needed. Another skylight. Hey, what do you think so far? Any questions? Leave them in the comments. Oh, we got a little structure back there. I don't know whose property it is. This is probably, that's probably, I would say, I don't know. These lots are 300 feet deep, so I don't know if that's their property or the property behind here. We got another vent, another skylight. So this roof looks good. Metal roof looks good. Get another vent. Don't really see any damaged shingles. No soft spots where I'm walking. And there's a good shot of the front roof planes. See all the green? I don't know if you could see it, but this whole front roof plane is green. It gets no sun whatsoever. So eventually that's going to get all covered with moss. More green area. See the green area? A nice gray area. That means it doesn't get any sun, which is good. You want the roof to get sun so it dries off and you don't get no moss. So you don't want the roof staying wet. And the moss is like a sponge, and it just stays on the shingle and it loosens up all the granules. Got a little bit of a advanced weathering right there. So overall not too bad. Look at the vegetation. So this is like a highway for all the carpenter ants, mainly, to come right up and get on the roof. So I don't see any activity, but all this needs to be trimmed back. There shouldn't be anything touching, any vegetation touching the house. All right, there's another shot of the metal roof. So overall, not too bad for a 40-year-old house, 45-year-old house. It's not that bad. So it's got stucco block exterior walls. Newer roof. HVAC is 2016. I haven't seen what the electric looks like yet. I haven't gone inside, so we'll have to see what that looks like. That's probably original. There's the septic tanks are right there. There's a septic field, which isn't really that big. It's not really. It's usually a lot taller than that, but it definitely depends on the elevation of this property too. The lower you are, you know, sea level wise, the leach field or drain field has to be a certain height above the flood stage, you know, flooding level, so to speak. And there's my favorite tree. Look at that tree. I would not sleep one night in this house, especially during a hurricane. And the other problem is the wind. Most of the major storms come from the west, which is that way. So all the storm wind and everything is going to push on this tree and push it right towards the house. Alright, so that's about it. So like I said, the main things I look for is any moss, loose shingles, any issues with the venting. They got the nail heads covered up, which is good. So anytime you see that, you know a good quality roofer did this roof, which is good. You definitely want to see the valleys. The valleys look good as far as where they joined the two roof planes together. And he basically wove the two planes together. So that looks good. No soft spots. So that's basically it, what you want to see as far as a roof inspection go. There's more vegetation touching the house. I don't see any ants. Oh, we got a little hump right here. See the hump right there? Feels like the plywood. The pieces of plywood may be buckling right here. Another little soft spot right there. And it looks like there may be a little hump in this front plane, but I'm thinking maybe that's the way they kind of built it from the main structure over the porch. Yeah, a little bit of a line right here, but overall not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. So another thing I want to look for is the alignment of the shingles, row wise. See if you look down the row, straight as an arrow, see it? That's what you kind of want to look for. I've seen brand new houses where the edge of the shingles are going like this all the way down. Horrible. Brand new house. I do a lot of 11-month warranty inspections. Same thing. I see that and I say to the homeowners, you know, didn't your look at that spider. What kind of crap hanging from the trees. I say to the homeowner, didn't your first oh, this piece of flashing is loose. Didn't your home inspector find that when you bought the house? And they said no, they didn't say nothing about the roof. So who knows if they even went on the roof. So if you don't go up on these roofs, you shouldn't be in business. These roofs are simple. Look, I used to inspect houses that were 2 and 3 stories high and with really bad pitches to walk on. These roofs are cake. I could do these with my eyes closed. So that's about it for the roof. Got this tree. Alright, so this house is vacant. So I could take you for a little tour and show you real quick some of the things I look for. Can't take you on the whole tour, but I could show you a lot of the important things that I look for during a home inspection. Alright, this was that back room I was looking at. I think we may have a little carpet ran or termite activity right there, which I kind of suspected. That bottom sill plate right there. This is a 2x4 wall. that bottom of that wall should not be below the ground outside. It should be above the ground outside, but it's not above the ground outside. See where they got this piece of paneling covering the wall? That's probably damaged by either termites or carpenter ants. Looks like carpenter ants. So this whole wall may be affected. Yeah, this was the original block wall right there, and they added this room on, and who knows how they built it. It could just be sitting on dirt, who knows. So that's a major issue. Got a bathroom right here. And I'm also doing a 4-point inspection and a wind mitigation as well. It's another bathroom. Boy, this thing's stuck in the 1980s. Look at that tile. Or maybe not. Maybe they redid it. That should be a GFCI protected. It's probably not. Alright, we got a somewhat updated kitchen. And dishwasher looks a little rusted. Alright, we'll test the dishwasher. And you always got to make sure the dishwasher drain is hooked up. Which it is. Believe it or not, I've been in houses where the dishwasher was disconnected for some reason. They were working on the plumbing. I don't know what the actual situation was. So here's the light in here. Here's like the utility room. Got the water heater, washer, dryer. There's like 2 refrigerators, 2 electric panels. Run the dishwasher, test the clothes washer, test the dryer. Alright, so I'm just giving you a quick tour. Looks like it's got the original copper water pipes. Rainwater heater. This is 2022, so that's only a few years old. Alright, here's the well equipment. There's the pump. There's an older water softener that may not be working. Not working. So there's the well equipment. There's the pump. Looks like it's got a filter. So I don't see any issues with this. There's a Not too many issues. It's a pretty simple system. It's got 70 pounds. That's a little high. All right, we got 2 electric panels. Looks like it had a treatment. All right, so it looks like we got a Cutler hammer main, and then they put a sub panel in. Why is the water? Got the water heater breaker off. We got another panel here. It looks like a square D. Yeah, square D panel. Shop. I'm assuming that's that structure outside. Welder. Huh. Well, I definitely got to, there's some mud dauber nests. So they had some mud dauber bees in here. Knockouts missing. Probably got some mud dauber bees in there. We'll have to look. It's missing a screw. Had a couple termite treatments. 2022, 2020, 2015. Looks like probably another one here. Alright, looks like it's missing a screw. That's missing a screw. I don't understand where the screws go. Every service panel I look at, it's got missing screws. I don't know, I don't get it, but alright, that's about it. I gotta get to work. So that's basically the main components of the house. Got the electric, the Florida house anyway. Electric, well, oh, I gotta find the air handlers up in the attic. If I have time, I'll take you up there with me and show you that. But I gotta get to work. So I'll see you later. Alright, I'm going to show you real quick the inside of the sub panel. A lot of issues. So first of all, anytime you take a dead front cover off and you see circuit breakers piled on the bottom of the electric panel, you know there's issues. This guy did all this DIY wiring and had no idea what he's doing. Alright, first of all, for starters, those white wires right there are neutrals. The bare coppers are grounding wires. They should not be on the same bus bar. They shouldn't be connected to that bar that they're connected to. They got to be isolated. So that's one issue. Another issue is we got a 50 amp circuit breaker right there. And that wiring is definitely undersized wiring. That wiring is meant for a 30 amp breaker, not a 50. And if you look down here, we got 30 amp breaker, and we got 14 gauge wire on that. That's got to be 12 gauge. Actually, it's got to be 10 gauge wire on that 30 amp. So that's undersized. And then we got another one right here, another 30 amp. And look at the size of that. Look at the gauge of that wire. So we got a 20 amp, which is undersized as well. So all of this wiring is undersized. And then we got another one. And then that's not double tap. That circuit breaker is meant to have 2 wires connected to it. But we got some issues in here. We got some issues inside this panel. The wiring legend isn't correct. And then the same thing over here, nothing's labeled. So anytime you see a pile of circuit breakers in the panel, you know there's definitely homeowner DIY issues. So that's about it for the panel. Let me get back to work. One more quick thing I'm going to show you. Got a lot of step cracks. See the step crack? See the crack? You go down there, down there, down there, and it just keeps going. called a step track. And we also got some step tracks over here too. See the crack? It starts going here, goes down there, goes down there, and then we got a couple over here. We got this one going down there, and then we also got a step track here, which goes up this wall. See it? So we got a lot of cracking in these walls. There should not be this much. Look at the size of that crack. There should not be that many cracks in these walls. For a Florida house, anyway. And then I'll show you real quick on the water heater. Look at that pipe compared to that pipe. Okay. That's called galvanic corrosion. Two similar metals are touching each other. You got the copper touching that steel galvanized coupling. They probably didn't put no pipe dope or Teflon tape. Yeah, I don't see any pipe dope or Teflon tape on there. The copper should not be in contact with the similar metal, which is that metal coupling. So that's why you got all this leakage right here. Let me get back to work. I gotta wind mitigate. I gotta go up in the attic right now. Do my wind mitigation. Shouldn't be that hot up there. I'll see you. All right, so we're up in the attic. And I'm going to try to get some pictures of the straps that are holding down the roof structure to the walls. So we're going to send the GoPro for a little ride. All right, how'd you like that ride? Hopefully we got some good pictures for the wind mitigation for the straps. I'll see you later.